Hi, welcome back. It's your girl Briera, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. I would like to first and foremost thank our Heavenly Parents, Mother, Father, Source of Creation, for giving me this opportunity to be here with you today. I would like to do a quick Angel Guide Oracle reading for the Virgos. This will be an Angel Guide Oracle reading that helps to focus on your strength, heart, and guidance at this time. I would like to call on the Holy Spirit and my spirit team to please come to my side to help me deliver divine messages that is of the highest white light. Remember, these messages are general, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. Let's see what Virgo strength is at this time. Virgo strength at this time. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. Okay. Virgo strength at this time. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. Don't like codes, okay? It says like initiation, great teacher, awakening, divine magic. And I feel like that is the knowing what to do and what not to do through experiences, but also knowing that in order for you to create, you have to give effort, or you have to give effort, right? And I feel like it's all about truly releasing the things of the past, Virgo. Like, and actually, Virgo, but it's not even like because you've done hard work, like work well done, Virgo. Like, and it's like no one is trying to make it seem like you are letting go of anything, but it's like falling in love in a different way, from a different angle. And that's kind of like when you divorce and become co-parents, with your ex. It's like, although this love isn't, under one roof, it's still forming in a different way. And that's what you have to see when it comes to life and advancing and actually creating, and knowing that when doors open, there's going to be hard work behind them. So being patient with yourself and not like trying to overly put yourself out there when you know that internally and externally you're not truly ready for it. That is why the strength that you have right now is the life codes for you awakening to just the knowing of I am on the right path, and choosing forgiveness and acknowledging red flags, but acknowledging our vessel and the health and the wealth that actually brings. So it's all beautiful. Virgo, I actually, so, it's like I told Virgo, you're my last reading of the night, but I told someone tonight that it's all about the tender hearted energy. Like, it really is. And it's not anyone downplaying themselves or lowering themselves in any way, shape, or form, but it's about the energy healing that one will have when they know the dominance they have over a situation. So when they are approached or they are reapproaching something, they expect a certain energy. And I feel like when you are who you say you are, you should be humble enough to just understand that. And it's not from a standpoint of now I'm belittling a situation or an individual or even the lineage as a whole or the world as a whole. Is truly about understanding the tender-hearted energy for what it is and the great teacher awakening. And when things are being pressured to be relived, you have to see that, I have already advanced beyond certain points of my life. So we're here now focusing on the mind and the body and what that brings and the wealth that brings, I should say. So I feel like continue to move forward, Virgo, and be your true authentic self. Make sure that you are continuing to put in effort, even if it's not what it is, or what do you have going on. But I mean, effort is effort, and it creates something, and as long as it's creating, it's beneficial. And that's how we have to see life in general. When we are creating, it's beneficial, no matter who you are, what you are, when you are, or how you are, because we are a collective consciousness. Okay. What's the blessings that Virgo carry in your heart? Mercury activation, okay? I feel like continue to trust your intuition, okay? It says transcendence, ascension, you are rising up. I feel like work through your fears and trust in higher forces. Even when it's hard to trust in higher forces, trust in higher forces. Just do it, because don't be in this energy of denying that there isn't a problem when there is a problem. When you are in this energy of not acknowledging your fear and replacing it with the insight of awareness, then you start to allow for yourself to go and reverse internally and externally, even if you don't want to admit it, and even if it doesn't appear like it, but so it's kind of like, and that's okay. And even if it's not, I'm not talking to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because I feel like we're very far from the Ten of Swords. Isn't that true? And that's why the sadness and the heartbreak doesn't truly make sense, because that's not what it is. But, maybe that is what it is. But that's that loving in a different way, because although something is ending in one way, it might be forming in a complete different. So you have to trust in your inner knowing. Surrender to the divine. What's the guidance for Virgo? Orion activation. And it did flip in reverse. It says supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirth by light. And it's like, continue to acknowledge your fear, but replace it with the insight of awareness, okay? Because I feel like it is this energy that needs to be addressed when it comes to disobeying the spiritual laws, when it comes to trying to manipulate things and trying to make things be something that it's not. When you know that not only are you, but everyone else has put in hard work. But I feel like someone's mind has been like set on burning something down that wasn't even intended to be torn apart or burned down. But it's all about making sure that we are putting people in positions that actually have the everything to be in these positions, and we aren't just saying, oh yeah, you're good enough, because there's people that hold hearts and bodies and minds and souls that is fit for things just like in the spirit realm, or like it should be, like Hokage, even though they do all that stuff like that. But we see, and that's what we should continue to push forward, is the acknowledgement that everyone do get a fair opportunity, okay? But let's let go of the things that has not been working, that's been bringing more depression and sadness and things keeping us at a lower frequency for everyone. And that's just what everyone's mind has been. And that's why it's like, even though it's in reverse with you walking through this threshold and you leaving behind the past life and seeing that this is where we are now and this is where we are going, but it's okay, because it all continues to unlock, and that relationship or that mutual respect or that equal give and take will be there, even if it's not in the physical world. And that's just how it has to be or will be. And you have to know that nothing will truly come of a situation where where we're not trusting in higher forces, when honestly, just like football and all these other things that brings us excitement, the things that matters, people are still doing what we are supposed to be doing, and no one is disrespecting anything. And if you don't know, you are where you are for a reason. Exactly. This is soft like clothes here. Soft like clothes here. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Eight of Cups, okay? And it's just that energy of letting go, that, understanding that behind new door, yeah, that letting go behind new doors, there is going to be hard work, and you just have to know what that is and understand that for truly what it is, and continue to honor your physical vessel while you let things be what it is. Understand your win for what it is, understanding your relationships and the newness that it all brings, even when you bring pieces of your past with you. There's nothing forgotten or lost. Everything is here. So when you are moving forward, it's not you leaving your life behind. You're just growing. Like going from high school to college, college to adult life. Like actual. So it's just being confident and not being afraid of being a fool, but being a fool, right? What's this Eight of Cups? With the Five of Cups. Yeah, and it's like, well, yeah, and I know it's like, who was I telling that to? I was like, let your curiosity run wild. That's a reading. Yeah, because that's a justice reading. But it's like, you have to let your curiosity run wild, because like I know that this aspect of life, and I even be like, if I have to explain this one more time, I'm gonna lose my head. But at the same time, it's like, well, people probably don't know, but like when you indulge in like magic and stuff, it becomes a lot. You give up things, and it is truly a sacrifice, no matter how you want to flip it, twist it, turn it. So how it all came about for me personally was like through horoscopes, like just understanding them, and being really heartbroken and overly indulging in them, and then TikTok, and then finding them on YouTube, right? But then understanding that, people that have been doing this for a while probably has had enough of all of it, and that's what the sadness is. They have just walked away from it, and protected their self and their mind from feeling overwhelmed. Ooh, that's the truth. Feeling overwhelmed from the judgment that may or may not, or may have not been doing. So letting things go. But that's where it's like, we have been allowing ourselves to be, or like manipulated to even already be like afraid of it, just like the extraterrestrials and all that type of stuff. So who knows what's real and what's not. But if we put our love into the things that already has saddened us, why not put our love into just feeling the newness of whatever, instead of trying to burn it down, or blow it up, or I don't know. They left it in a bowl on fire. I know it's always the fire. It's the fire time. I'm trying to, it's the fire time. Everybody want to be on fire. So what's the Merkabah conviction? I don't know. What death and rebirth, and the Knight of Wands, because it's enough of that energy. It's enough. You are rising up with the Seven of Pentacles. You have to be in this energy of truly trusting in higher forces, caring for yourself and others, developing on a new level, having patience, seeing what the transformation truly is. That whole, you have to release the old and rest, right? But I don't feel like release the old and rest and let's just like end it all. That's just not what but I know, child. I be trying, and I already had told y'all. That's why I'm like, when you construct individuals to be exactly how you want them to be, instead of, giving the guidance and having the blueprint, and even, those that don't go through the guidance, or, that is rebels, they should be looked at and whatever and developed, especially if we don't have the school for the gifted. That is perfectly fine. But if we actually do, this is what we need to hurry up and let this be known and move on with our lives, okay? Because I'm over it. But if it's not, then we will sit here and we will figure it out, and we will all develop it together, because it's very much necessary. And I don't really, that's why I'd be like, well, either we are beneficial or we not. What's the value of who you are and what you can deliver and what it's going to be moving forward? That's the question, and that's the answer. What's this Orion activation? With Judgment here. You have to persevere through these different challenges, but understand the renewal period for truly what it is and why it is, okay? Because it's all about the renewal, and it's all about understanding that overcoming certain addictions is a big thing. And I'm telling you, and it's a change, and it's an unexpected change. You got to be patient. You got to be really patient with yourself and with others, and make sure that you ain't hurting everything and all over the place, hurting all over the place, just hurting. That ain't right. But it's okay, because we all been there, we all done that. Right? And that's why I be just trying. And I be just like, I'm humble and I'm patient and I'm waiting. And then we moving forward, and not patiently waiting, moving forward, because we can't be in a standstill energy. You have to be in the Hangman if you want to be patient for what's truly meant for you, but not be, in this lack of direction, and, actually seeing things from a higher perspective, so that when you are able to do what you do, you aren't missing a beat, or not able to actually sit next to someone with how you and your demeanor is based off of who you are supposed to be in your waiting period, okay? So let's continue to, just understand what being in an incubator truly means, because when you are in the womb for 9 months, you are developing, and you are understanding that at some point here you will have to leave that nest and go head on. So with the Judgment, with the Queen of Cups, because it's like, and with the Ace of Swords at the bottom, because it's the truth. It's your intuition. It's your energetic, or your energetic frequency that helps everyone. And that's why it's like, when you can see, but don't get wrapped up into it, because we are all on a frequency, and it's lovely. And when you're just continue to care for yourself and others, and don't go being a but be patient. Be patient. What's the heartbreak? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You got to be patient. And I guess, and even me, because I'm like, child. So I don't know. So, yeah. And everybody's like, patient. They've been patient. We all been patient. So what are we still being patient for? Well, who we waiting for to activate next? What do we still need to see? Could we get some real things moving? What's next? How long? what's the measure on that? What's, and that's just where we all are, because then we can get the minds going on what we want, because we already know over here what to do. So it's like, I wanted to see, so it's like, okay, but continue to figure it out, okay, for yourself, Virgo. But it's you having to accept that, we have to let go of that need to be right, but release that old, and understand your win for what it is. I feel like, yeah, something was just like really sad though. I don't know. And I try not to even be all like that, because at the end of the day, we are too mature and grown. Even if you aren't grown, you grown enough. So just be there and understand what it is and why it is and why it's not, okay? It's that healing energy. It's that caring. It's that nurturing. Even through the uncertainties, you're there. So, with love and light, I do let you go, Virgo, okay? I do hope something resonated with you. Until next time.